Sup guys, Juggalo here, and we have another unboxing. That's right, the EVGA X79 classified motherboard. Now you're going to ask, well, why didn't you go get the Ivy Bridge processor? Well, the reason being is that Ivy Bridge is not the enthusiast platform. This supports the the graphics card times 16 times 16 versus Ivy Bridge, which is times 16 times 8. Also, the processor, socket 2011, has more bandwidth than the Ivy Bridge processor. So that is why. So let's have a look. I might struggle, but hey, it's all part of the fun of getting something new. So hopefully this box will just come right out with no fuss, hopefully. And then I'll just have to push it out. Alright, here it is. It's your standard packaging and everything, and here's the box if you guys are really interested into it. So there you go. Also, with EVGA's new warranty, if I do decide to sell this motherboard, the warranty will transfer over to the party that wants this motherboard, and they don't have to go through me to do the RMA and everything, which is pretty nice. Alright, now let's get into the meat and potatoes. Alright, you get your driver CD with a EVGA badge, which is pretty nice. You're going to get your manual. It's pretty much standard. And then you'll have a quick setup guide showing you how to install the CPU, graphics cards, etc., etc. It's pretty standard on EVGA, all motherboards and everything that they produce. So here you go. Next up, the accessories. So I have to figure out how this works. Right, it's like a little pocket. And let's see what they have here. Standard USB and a FireWire looks like cable, PCI bracket, but no one really uses those. Well, I don't anyway. You're going to get some USB 3.0 ports, which are nice. You're going to get some power adapters for your hard drive, it looks like. And a SATA cable, right here. Next up, this should be like the 4-way SLI bridge and all that stuff. So alright, let me see what this is. Can't really see it because it's in its packaging, so time to rip open the packaging. Okay, so these are SATA cables right here, and they have the little locking tabs right here. I'm not sure if you can see that, so it locks into place. And then you'll have extenders. It looks like a power extender for your SATA if you need it. Alright, now we've got some bubble wrapping going on. So this is probably your 4-way SLI right here. So this right here, yep, this will be your 4-way SLI bridge. Should have a 2-way SLI and tri-SLI as well. So let me find that. I'm not sure what this is, so I'm going to have to take this out of the packaging as well. So let me look at it. Yeah, this right here is your tri-SLI bridge. I got a ton of these. I'm just stacking up on the SLI and tri-SLI bridges. And then this right here should be your SLI bridge right here. And then next up, of course, will be your IO shield plate, which is nice. They actually made it black instead of silver, so that's pretty cool. Alright, now here it is in all its glory, the X79 classified motherboard. Pull it out, this chunk and stuff. Alright, here it is. It's in protective packaging. Gonna make sure I have it in the camera angle. So here we go. Let's take it out. And hopefully I can pull it with the phone. Wow. Now that is a badass looking motherboard, I have to say myself. Alright. some changes compared to the X58 classified motherboard you should note is that right here you no longer have the power button right here with a Molex connector for the PCI slots. That has actually been brought down right here. Also, you might want to annotate the difference between the X58 classified, the four-way that I have, is the power and reset switch. They used to have them right here. Now they moved it right here to the top right hand corner, which is nice because if you're using a graphics card and you're filling all these slots, you don't have access to any of these buttons right here, so they're making it more accessible right here, which is really nice. Okay, what else we got? This also designates what USB it is right here, which is pretty nice, I have to say. It looks like they have little plastic coverings. Oh, that's a nice little touch. So ports that you're not using, you can keep them covered so you won't get dust everywhere. That's really nice. You have USB 3.0, your 1394, and then all these right here are your USB 2.0s. You have your power 8-pin right here. Hopefully you guys can see it. Let me bring it up closer. Which is right here. And it's still too slow, or not slow, but I'm slow at moving it. So there it is. It's right behind here. So it's kind of a pain to show you where it is. Alright. Also, you have another 8-pin power connector. It is not required of you to use this 8-pin power connector. The additional 8-pin power connector is for if you're using LN2 and extreme overclocking. So if you're just on water or on air, you only really need the 8-pin that is right here uncovered. So that is all you need, okay? So let's look through here. You have your Sata ports right here. And they said they had switches. So let me look at this board. They said they had switches so you can disable the RAM and all that stuff. And oh wow, it's really tiny, so I might have to unmount my camera to show you guys this. So sorry. Alright, now if you can see my hand right here, here is the switches for the RAM, and it's as well right here. And then they also have switches for the PCI Express. Now I have to find those, so I don't know where those will be located, but I'm sure I'll put an annotation of, hey, it's right here. So looks like this right here is your 4-pin for your processor CPU cooler. Yeah, POS caps. And I'm still looking for those switches. So let me put this back up on here. Alright, there we go. And of course you're going to have the classic EVGA X79 classified. This is going to glow red when you turn it on. And oh, I'm an idiot. It's right here. So let me zoom up on the camera and lower it down and basically have my finger as a reference point. But right here, this is where you can disable your RAM slot, not RAM slots, excuse me, your PCI Express slots. So if you're having trouble with the graphics card, you can disable them and troubleshoot right there on the fly, which is really nice. Now, you're going to have a cover on your CPU saying, hey, make sure you know how to install the processor and everything like that right here. Let's see, let me see if I can yank it off. It has some double foam tape on it for some reason. Alright, and it has like a 1-2 process of how to do it. Like unhook both of these first and then raise it up and then do this first and then this first kind of deal. Alright, here are your RAM slots right here, and it's quad channel memory that it supports. And I've been seeing some memory. There's 16 gigs that you can get for like $200, and if you want to be balls to the wall, get the Dominator 32 gigs, and that is $500. And I'm not sure if I really want to spend $500 on 32 gigs of RAM. I'm thinking that I'll be good to go as far as 16 gigs of RAM. Also, this is the preemptive strike of me upgrading. Everybody thinks that I can just sling money left and right. I buy apart piece by piece. First is the motherboard. Next up will be the processor that is coming out. Basically, I'm going to say a little birdie told me that an 8-core processor is coming out for this X79 classified. You also could go to Micro Center and they got a deal for the 6-core processor, which is the 3930, I think, for $500, and it's a lot cheaper than the $1,000 CPU. So it works just as good. As one is just has a unlocked multiplier, the 3930 doesn't, I believe, and what is it? It's the 3930X or 39. I gotta look. I'm not sure. I'm gonna be the first one to say I don't know. But alright. Okay, you're gonna have fan headers everywhere, it looks like. Right here. Got a fan header right here, looks like. And actually looks like that they started implementing to have PWM on the fan headers instead of having the just 3 connectors, which is quite interesting to me, I have to say. This right here will be your SPDIF connector. You have a 4-pin here, as I already mentioned before. 4-pin right here, 4-pin right here, 4-pin right here. I think I already pointed that one. And then what is nice about these motherboards, if you're an insane overclocker and want to know your voltages, you actually have points on the motherboard. Hopefully you can see them. Sorry for the really crappy lighting, but you have points right here where you can take your measuring points. So that's really nice. And that's about it. I have to go and fill out this mail-in rebate I got because it expires within 30 days of the deal, so I have to send that out probably by tomorrow. And yeah, here it is. It's an awesome looking motherboard. I think it is a ATX XL, so that'd be extra large ATX form factor, so it may not fit in some cases. I know for my case I will have no problem because I got plenty of room to work with and everything like that. So here we go, and then on top of that you have a BIOS switch. You can load up to 3 BIOSes or have 3 BIOS setting profiles, so that's pretty cool. So 1 right here, 2, and then all the way to the right is 3. You have your standard error code readout, which is right here, which is really nice. And I'm just thinking what else I want to point out. I know EVGA is supposed to be coming out with a water block for the classified, so we'll see how that goes. But that's it, guys. Comment, subscribe, rate this video, click that like button. Guys, have a great day.